Let's start off with reflecting on the past year. What are some of the most significant bills that were passed by the August House?
Yes, the August House has actually made a significant strides in the legislative processes, whereby we had a number of bills that were passed. To be specific, we had 17 bills that the House has passed, whereby 11 were passed without amendments and 3 passed with amendments. The bills that were significantly, or the bills that has actually played a significant role in the session that is a continuation ending in March, we saw bills like the appropriation bill, the divorce bill, which is a dissolution in the marriage bill.
Yeah.
We had bills like the we had bills like the property presentation bill, electoral amendment bill, and several tax-related bills.
Yeah.
Those are a number of bills that we have dealt with in the House.
And would you say that these bills were passed with the swiftness that was expected from, members of the public?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Because, I mean, looking at the magnitude of the bills that I've mentioned that were passed and looking at the time frame that was also given for the bills to be passed, I mean, it is actually something that we can pat ourselves on the back and say
yeah.
that, yes, they have really done a significant importance in terms of assuring that bills were passed and a number of them were dealt with.
Absolutely. Now, with that said, what key legislative priorities will Parliament focus on in this session?
Yes, as I said, that have passed 17 bills, and if you have to do the mathematic, 11 that passed with amendments, 3 that were passed without amendments, that gives you a total of around about 14 bills that were passed. So the continuation of the session that is now taking place come on Wednesday, it's just a continuation of the bills. Hearing the bills read for the second time, that's now the reminder of the bills. We are talking about the public gathering and public processing bills. That's one of the bills that the House will be dealing with. And we have bills such as the bills such as the roads bill, Regional and Constituency Development Fund Bill, and Ohangwena Aquifer Water Excavation Bill. Those are some of the bills that the House will be dealing with. And on top of that will be a continuation of motions that the House will be discussing on as well.
Yeah.
Debates will be continuing.
Absolutely. Talk to us about the fact that this year Parliament will be opening a day earlier than usual. As I said in my intro, to honor the late President, Dr. Hage Geingob. Talk to us about, how you came about that decision and significance of it.
Yes. We have actually realized that it is within our mandate as well to acknowledge and give preferences to the day of assuring that we are commemorating the anniversary of the late president. So with that in its own as a context, we look at it as that we are honoring him, we are honoring his leadership as well as legacy as the founding member of the Constituent Assembly that is key to us. Secondly, simply because he is the third president of the Republic, and he has also played a significant role in terms of the legislative process. So we found it very useful for us also to commemorate, simply because it's not only the legislative branch of government that has acknowledged the day, the 4th of February, as an important or a significant day in the Namibia's history. We also take part and follow the trend that the other branches of government has actually introduced.
Working in unison. So maybe if you could just share, if you're at liberty to share that information in terms of, what activities are going to take place tomorrow in honoring the late president.
Yes, from the Parliament side, we really don't have a calendar or events that are planned for the specific day, which is tomorrow. However, we are actually trying to reflect on his legacy, as I said, and his leadership by ceasing the sitting of Parliament tomorrow. This will also allow members of Parliament to join other events that are planned by either State House or the Cabinet or wherever that it is. So we gave that respect in that regard, so that they can also just exercise other or make access to other activities that are planned.
Absolutely. Sacky, we've almost come to the end of our discussion, but if you have any final thoughts, parting thoughts, please do feel free to share.
Not really that I have anything to say, but just probably to say that yes, as a legislative branch of government, we are aiming to up our game this year, whereby we have a number of initiatives that would love the general public also to follow. Just last week, we had our workshop on e-parliament. We are now trying to re-gear in terms of what strategies are we planning to have, simply because we are now trying to smoothen the work of Parliament, looking at the 8th Parliament that is now come March the 21st.
Yeah.
So we have a number of activities here. So we are inviting the general public to make use of our various platforms, come to Parliament, engage and be active civil servants in terms of the legislative process.